Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. And if you thought that there were some people with heinous war crimes against them before, I think killing a god probably ranks up there as something that is going to be a permanent stain on your record.
Well,
Yeah.
You know, she was going to kill us. And as they say in the great state of Texas, she needed killing.
She had it coming.
I guess. Yep. I mean, honestly, she kind of did. But
if you'd have been there,
here's the thing that bothers me.
Yeah. What's that?
Here's the thing.
Even without the starfish into play, and I'm sure Rodrigo's just had this bit of narrative just banked, just waiting for it to happen. We took Thene down pretty easily. I mean, yes, we were all using our daily powers, but we took a god down pretty easily.
I mean, she's a minor god, and this is actually what we're basically supposed to be doing at this level.
Okay.
She's also a nerd god.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys basically took down a wizard.
So now the martial arts jock and the sword jock and the
robot jock?
The robot jock. But not robot jocks, because that will get us sued. All beat up on a nerd. Great. Now add a third layer of neuroses into my mental state, Rodrigo, and let us begin a game.
Yeah. So
we stabbed somebody and they fell over. I mean, it happens.
So yeah. Last time
on Critical Hit.
Critical Hit, God slaying.
The party killed a god, it appears.
Yes. Hooray! For us. Look at us. We killed a god. God, this is going to come back and bite us in the ass.
So, yeah, there you guys are. You're in a study that is now definitely not very well lit. Really, the only light is probably just Randus's, like, various lights that peek out from under his wrappings.
Where's your little spider guy? Is he still around? Okay. Yeah. We just haven't seen him very much. Okay, I'm like 7 Owls Wise is going to look around and go, we killed a god, which is going to have its own bad implications, but we are here to shut down a pillar, so we need to get over to that pillar right now.
Yes, and we should not tell anyone what just transpired here because there's so many repercussions.
Yes.
Just let's get to the pillar.
So one question before we run out of the room, Rodrigo. Anything else besides that maniacal laughter from last time?
On Critical Hit.
There you go, Matthew.
Just the light from the starfish kind of dissipating. Okay.
All right.
I will try to.
Starfish.
Can I peel it off my dagger?
Yep. It just it comes up like it kind of grabs onto things.
Is it still alive?
The worst part about it is that like daggers aren't very big.
Sure. So
basically,
it's like all up of it.
Little Sparkle had to use it as like a cross, not a cross guard. What do I want to say? Like that thing in like florets that covers your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So she was actually like making physical contact with it while this all was going on. So
Did
she could
feel anything?
Just feel all the weird energies and stuff.
Oh, okay. Let's run out of the room.
All right, you guys run out of the room and find yourselves in a pretty mundane looking hallway. I mean, it's a nice hallway.
Yeah, but we need to make our way to in the direction of where we saw the pillar coming out of this building. My guess is the ballroom.
It takes you guys a while to navigate your way around the house, but eventually you make your way to a big sort of basement room, where you see the base of the pillar sort of emanating from, and again going through walls and ceilings, or basically floors and ceilings, I guess, without disturbing them or causing any issues.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay, I pull out my gourd, hold it up to
Seems excited.
All right, I'll go up and put the gourd on the pillar.
Okay. 7 Owls Wise walks up to the pillar with his gourd, which gets more and more and more excited. And as he approaches, a hideous jack-o'-lantern-like face, I guess, cuts itself out of it, and it sort of opens its mouth, and the energy from the pillar starts to flow into it.
Oh, no. Seven Owls Wise has a sudden realization that I'm not going to be able to see the end of this quest.
So energy begins to flow into it. The pillar begins to waver as the gourd begins to pull 7 hours forward. Eventually, the energy from the pillar wavers entirely, and it just seems to be flowing completely into this gourd, which is a, kind of probably like a soccer ball sized pumpkin. And eventually you walk it all the way to where the pillar is emanating from, and it just kind of you can like set it down right on top of it, and it seems to be absorbing its energy.
Okay. Is this a good thing, I guess? This is what it's supposed to be doing? Does this, I wasn't able to talk to the previous two as this was happening because we were in the middle of combat. What am I feeling here?
Well, you do feel a connection to it still.
Do I see anything? Is there anything dark and mysterious in the room?
No.
I don't see that. I don't see that one thing that I met when I first acquired the pumpkin.
No, you do not.
Okay, good.
But as you begin to think about that, you realize that the gourd has been growing and is probably about, I don't know, maybe about 5 feet in diameter at this point.
Oh, this thing's getting big.
And its little jack-o'-lantern face appears again, except instead of like looking like creepily happy, it looks like really intensely, I don't know, like upset or something.
Uh-oh.
And a just huge gout of flame shoots out of the mouth.
Oh no. I dive out of the way.
Yep. And then another one, and then another one, and pretty soon the room is it's not completely on fire because the majority of it is stone, but certainly any flammable materials that had been stacked on the corners or something are set ablaze.
Does this, this looks like it's still working, right? It doesn't look like this was the wrong gourd for the wrong pillar or something?
It looks like it's now about 10 feet in diameter, and the flames are getting more intense.
Should I try pulling it away? Or should we get out of here?
Too late?
I don't know how this nonsense works. Stalin, does your gourd want to be here?
Take a hold of my gourd.
Okay, seems sad.
This one isn't yours, is it?
Yeah, it's sad about that. Anyway, the pumpkin is now, I don't know, 30 feet in diameter.
All right, let's get clear of this.
Let's burning run through the...
Yeah. Let's run, all of us.
Okay. Yeah. All right, you guys run. And by the time you get out, the house has burnt down completely, and the pumpkin is almost the side of the house.
Oh boy!
And now it is shooting flames into the sky, which are landing in the buildings close to the hill.
Oh no! What do we do? What do we do?
Get everyone clear who is heading towards the hill.
Yes. Start running down.
Telling people to clear out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you run into Aluche and Fangs, who are like coming back up the hill, and they're like, "What is happening?"
Just run.
His stupid magic pumpkin is burning everything down.
His stupid magic pumpkin?
Yes.
Long story.
We'll get it under control.
I don't know how to keep it under control.
He just slaps you. Smack in the face. Well, figure it out. He looks you up and down. Monk.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to.
Maybe go give it a try.
Yeah, I guess. Do some praying. I guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to do some praying to the pumpkin to just be calm and to
maybe lay on some hands.
Be cool, pumpkin.
Yeah.
Tell that pumpkin to be cool.
Be cool, honey bunny.
We're gonna be a big 50-foot Fonzie.
Hey.
Describe to me what you do.
I just kind of stop and fall down onto my knees facing the giant pumpkin with my hands raised up, in worship, I guess, is what they call it. and just start uttering to my fallen god to accept my quest's journey's end, and to also pray to whatever forces are currently entering this Order Eater Gourd to, bring back some order to this place, to stop the destruction, to stop the mayhem, to be at peace.
I am one with the gourd. The gourd is with me. I am one with the gourd.
Yes.
It does seem to be working a little bit.
Oh, so it'd be great if I was like, Randus, please join me.
No.
No.
This is your burden to bear.
All right, then
think happy thoughts.
I'm thinking happy thoughts, thinking about all the good times that I had with my friends, the great journeys that we've gone on, the wondrous trials and also failures and successes that we have had, both the 1s and the 20s, and am just focusing all of my energy and might into praying and putting both myself at peace and hopefully putting the pumpkin at peace.
All right. So are you thinking happy thoughts, or are you trying to be at peace?
I'm doing both because sometimes peace and happiness can be seen as the same thing.
All right. The pumpkin starts cackling while it hurls bolts of fire into the sky.
Oh, no. So it doesn't like peace?
It seems happy.
Oh, okay. So now I will start thinking peaceful thoughts, thinking about my time inside of the Don's Arena, when I was just contemplating all the failures that I had made in the past and thinking about, how the end of this journey is maybe the end for one, but maybe the bigger beginnings for others, and how peaceful that made me to where.
Looks like the fire is now heading in the direction where you guys remember the ship to be.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
Okay, I'm thinking about how at peace I am internally.
Okay.
And how I'm hoping that the pumpkin, who has ventured with me on many of these things, is also at peace.
All right, that does seem to calm it down a little.
All right, I keep thinking those thoughts.
Okay. It does appear to be calming down and maybe shrinking a little bit.
Oh, that is good. I'll continue to focus on these thoughts, the peaceful thoughts, the inner peace.
All right. Well, after a while, it stops shooting fire and stops at about, or shrinks back down to, we'll say, about 10 feet in diameter.
I will slowly get up and approach it.
It starts shooting fireballs.
Oh, again. No. I'll get back down and pray.
Okay. It calms down again.
Okay. Think inner peace, find inner peace, think inner peace, find inner peace.
Okay. It's calm.
Sorry, Seven, but it looks like I think you need to keep meditating to keep it from damaging anything further.
That is fine. I'm at peace with everything. Go and finish this quest.
All right.
Thank you for all of your help. And I wish you...
Yeah, it's just distracting you. The pumpkin starts...
Oh, yeah. Start thinking inner peace.
She
I give him a big, not a thumbs up, because I don't know. Is that a thumbs up a thing in this world? Sure, I'll give him a thumbs up.
You've invented the thumbs up.
I have invented the thumbs up, as Fonzie would. And now I am at peace again. Inner peace.
And did Fonzie come down and say, "Eh."
So as you meditate on the nature of peace, you do feel like you're thinking about your immediate companions. And you might try to clear your mind of that, but you feel like you kind of can't. You feel like you can see them. And then you realize that you can see them. You're kind of looking at them sort of from above and at an angle.
Ooh, okay.
And you can kind of see yourself, and you can see the pumpkin as well.
All right.
You are down there.
I have left my body, and I am projecting.
Yeah. So while you do that, is there anything else you want to do? You want to look at something else?
I mean, can you point me to something else?
If you want to have a closer look at anything.
Got a bird's eye view.
Yeah, the boat, the island, Asmodean forces.
I guess I can look at all those things, look around me and see what's around.
Okay. Well, it feels like if you go too far away from the hill, this starts to fade out. But you can look at the immediate area.
Okay.
Also, who's got a good perception? Sakar?
I do.
Yeah, Sparkle.
Yeah. You guys notice there's still like, I mean, the pumpkin has calmed down, but there's still just like embers like falling from the sky. But you guys notice one that is like not falling. It's like kind of like flying around.
Huh.
What is that?
Can I see where the ship is from here?
You can see where they took it.
Okay, so can I kind of start trying to point or try to wave to them into that direction?
Sure. They do seem to be looking right at you. So this thing is like wiggling around.
What is it? It seems to be signaling. Where is it pointing?
It's not. It's just kind of wiggling around.
How far away from, like, how far above us is it?
It's maybe like 2 feet in front of you and a foot above you.
Try, like, jumping up and touching it.
Okay. Well, it's really hot.
Oh.
It's just like a little fireball. So it singes your fingers.
We'll try maybe some sort of nature-y power and see if I can commune with it.
Okay. What do you do?
I focus on the power of fire and all the times that I've been set on fire, whether intentionally or not, and I ask it a single question.
Okay.
What are you?
All right. So Sakar asks you, like your point of view, what you are.
Mm-mm.
There's 7 owls.
Yeah, just respond. I am at peace.
You hear 7 owls' voice come from that thing.
It's 7.
Oh.
So can I, I just say the ship is that way?
Yeah.
All right. I'll say the ship is that way. And kind of wiggle.
He says the ship is that way.
When he starts to wiggle, there is you guys see the ground and it's just like covered in ash, right? Because this whole house burnt down, or this whole like mansion. And you see the ashes form into a hand that just has some like really gnarly knuckles and like point in a direction.
And I guess I'm going to try to move back over to the pumpkin, I guess, and see what happens as I move over to the pumpkin.
You can just go move over to the pumpkin.
I go move over to the pumpkin.
Yeah. There you are. There's also like other embers still falling. You're pretty sure that you can just be any of those.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Very nice. I guess I'm these burning embers now.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
that one.
I am
that
at
one,
peace.
like, yeah, that one just like dies off while Sakar is looking at it. And then from behind him, he hears that he's at peace.
Good.
Because there's like another
Thank
one.
you.
And this one is like maybe a foot off the ground, and a little mound of like ash begins to like form under it.
7 Owls Wise, it has been an honor and a privilege. Thank you for what you've done.
Be at peace.
And you as well.
Happy that you seem to have found new purpose.
Can I hear her or just Sakar?
You can hear all of them, yeah.
Okay. Be at peace.
Okay.
Dolan's going to kind of gesture for someone to indicate which cinder he should be talking to.
Sakar points to the one that probably immediately winks out.
The one that seems to be the most peaceful of all the burning embers around you.
Well,
I think he's here.
Dolan will approach. There will be a bit of a sniffle. So we will complete your quest.
Thank you. I will remember you. Be at peace.
I will try.
We should go.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. To the ship then?
Oh yeah, we need to get
Yes.
out of here.
100%. So we should probably warn... Wait, we already warned Alishay.
Yeah.
Lucia, yeah, no, we should just get as far from here as we can.
Wait, did
Presumably
we tell
the
him that
democracy is still in
Dean
play.
was the bad guy?
Nope, and we're gonna get as far away from here as we can.
Agreed.
Should we maybe not warn
We
them?
should not. We should get away from here now.
I think her instincts are correct. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do we
Alright.
see people like how is the situation with the Asmodean forces and the wizards going right now?
They seem to have it under control. It appears that the falling embers mostly, or giant balls of flame, kind of umbrellaed out from the hill, which is where everybody that was on your side was. So they probably helped, but there's at least a couple injured wizards that took like a super heated chunk of brick to the head or something.
All right. So after he slapped Seven, where did Alicia go?
Oh, he's just a few feet away.
Oh, he's still here? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then she'll actually say, I think we're going to try to get to our ship in this chaos and get out of here before the Asmodeans rally and try to keep us here.
All right, good idea. We're going to check what the deal is, because this tower's still transmitting.
Oh, interesting.
All right.
Well, we didn't find whoever was transmitting inside. We just found the pillar and put that pumpkin there.
Wasn't Thene?
Wasn't Thene.
And where is Thene?
Dead.
All right. Heck of a thing to have in your resume. Remember, offers on the table.
Heck of a reaction. I appreciate the lack of follow-up questions.
We're all professionals here.
She nods. Sorry for the kids.
Go ahead.
You can apologize to the kids or not. They're not going to... She wasn't what they were hoping for.
Oh, that's all right. I don't think it all needs to be set up.
Yeah.
You guys can see Melifon a little farther away. Him and Fangs are messing with that tower that he had motioned to. Basically, Fangs got it open through brute force, and Melifon is messing with it and looks really puzzled. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll tell him something.
Thanks. Hopefully see you on the other side.
Yep. The tower explodes.
Oh.
Well, it doesn't explode so much as a couple of panels of it burst out. And there's this huge sort of roiling cloud of steam that comes out. And as the steam clears, a figure comes out of the base of the tower.
Who is it?
Who do you think it is?
This person, we'll start from the bottom.
Yes!
This person is wearing high-heeled leather boots with
Nice.
a thick heel, and they're not stilettos. They're just heeled boots. Although actually they're probably a little higher than would normally be comfortable for somebody doing traveling. They are sort of a red dyed leather. Then you can see most of her legs. They are a sort of grayish color. She's wearing sort of a corset and skirt type thing. This is also a reddish leather. Then has a black jacket with just these really. So first off, the sleeves only come up to about right before her elbows, and then this jacket just has these crazy outward pointing shoulder pads, as well as a big sort of collar and I don't know, what do you call that foldy thing? Whatever that foldy thing is called, that attaches to the place where the zipper would go.
A placket?
The lapel?
Yeah, that thing.
Foldy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the thing where your jacket, you close it and then you fold that over something else. That thing. But it's open, so you can see her corset. Which isn't an undies type corset. It's a more of a leather armor type thing. Excuse me. She has her hair. She's got sort of silvery white hair that comes down to about her chin in a kind of a dome type thing, and then in front has bangs that come down to just below where her eyebrows would be, which you can't see right now because she's wearing a pair of shades or she's wearing shades, which are very strange. One of the lenses, the frame and the lens, is circular and has this sort of green frame around it. And the other frame is triangular and has this sort of pink frame around it. Skin is gray. Lips are a lighter shade of gray. She has a case attached to her back with a strap that goes, across her chest. When the smoke clears and she walks out, she puts her hands on her hips, looks around, nods, and then sees that like Melifon is on the ground. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's just like super out of it. He probably got hit. Also, he doesn't know what's happening.
Is this the second oldest inspector?
No, you don't recognize this person.
Okay, but they do appear to be a Deva?
They do appear to be a Deva.
Okay. Sparkle just pauses and says, "You're from Oversight?"
She says, "Yes. How do you know that?"
"We've met some of your colleagues."
Do you guys still bear the mark?
That's a good question.
Who said that?
Yeah.
Nobody who's in this scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do I still have like a... I remember she like stamped me.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that still like on me in any fashion?
Not that you can see.
Okay. She's like, I got stamped a while back, but I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if you have like some way of finding it.
Well, of course I do.
Oh,
Hold out the appropriate limb.
like reach out my arm.
Okay. She reaches for her glasses, which are, like I said, are shades, so you can't see her eyes, and kind of like adjusts something. She's like, that tracks. She's like, well, good. That means I don't have to kill you. And she takes off her shades, and you can see that she's got markings on her face. She has sort of, it's kind of a rectangle that goes through the middle of her eye, and then down her, like, so on the right side, right, like down her eye, then right to her cheek, and then basically just forms a rectangle, and it's the same on the other side.
And you couldn't see that with the glasses on?
You couldn't see it well with the glasses and her bangs, but now you can see it.
And I guess what brings you here?
Well, you see, I was trying to take a shortcut, and there was some sort of time stabilizing pillar in the way. So I found out that the locals don't like it, so I've been talking to the local resistance about how to tear it down.
No, that explains that.
Yeah.
Well, pillar's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
We've got a real big problem.
Melifon is like stands up and he's like, "You're the voice?" She's like, "That's right. I am the Queen's irreproachable voice." And he seems more confused at that and is like, "So then Thiene's not the voice?" She's like, "I already told you I am the voice." Who's this guy? Is he with you?
He's with the resistance.
Oh, yes. Well, good job. You won. You look familiar.
Well,
do you know the Queen's rebellious daughter?
She like squints at little Sparkle. Like, I was the Queen's rebellious daughter.
She nods.
Wait a minute, are you the guys? Did you guys kill me?
Oh, well, we didn't kill you. You died on a mission that we were also on.
So, depending on your point of view.
You sacrificed yourself, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, that seems like something I would have done at the time. Yes, I think now that I think of it, I do recognize you guys. She kind of looks at each of you, says, "You look rattier. You look scarier. You, honestly, that's an improvement on you. And you look better as a blonde."
That's not actually Orem.
It's not?
Okay.
No. Different Eladrin.
This is Orem.
Oh, yeah. You got him out last time. Can you get him out this time?
She puts her shades back on. She's like, "Let me see that. Where did you get this?"
Oh, so yeah, that's the big problem. Asmodeus, the god of tyranny of this Virtus, has all of our knowledge, which includes all of what we know about oversight.
Oh, well, that's a problem. Probably gonna have to clean house.
Can you do it in a way that doesn't involve destroying this Virtus?
I mean, that's harder.
Well, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, fine. All time's sake,
someone
I'm sure.
tell me what's going on?
We'll tell you in a bit.
Yeah. Otherwise,
you
she might
open
have
the
to kill
gem?
you.
Yeah.
Should I trust this lady with Orem?
Trust is a strong word, but I believe that she can free him.
This is something different. It's a crystal that duplicates the ones that are used to trap the malevolent elves of the Golden City, but its construction is different. It would take a huge amount of energy to crack this open.
God level of energy?
Oh, well, I'm sure if a god put their mind to it, they probably could crack this open. But I mean, I can do it.
Okay.
She tosses it back to Dalin.
I mean, she did say she could do it.
You get Master.
Would you do it?
Oh, yeah, fine, I guess. She holds her hand out again.
I'll hand the crystal back.
She looks at each of you and tosses it to Sakar. Says, "Okay, I need you to throw that as far up into the sky as you can."
All right. Am I still a tree?
No.
I'm going to turn into a tree.
Okay.
And I'm going to fling it with all the force of a tree.
Okay. You fling it. Like, first off, she does kind of like looks down from her shades when you do that, turn to a tree. But that's about as much of a thing as you get. Meliphon falls over backwards. You throw it into the sky, and she just kind of watches it go up. And then she kind of watches it come back down to the point where like Sikar's kind of like forced to like catch it because it just hits the ground. She's like, yeah, like that, but like high. Just do it again. Put some oomph into it.
He does it again and puts some oomph into it.
Okay, yeah, you get it a little farther up. And she reaches into her pocket and pulls out what looks like a tuning fork. Then she reaches behind her and her case sort of opens along the bottom and she flips around a device. It's kind of a big rectangle with a smaller rectangle coming out of it. It's kind of flat. And so, she's holding it so that she's like basically the smaller rectangle or rectangular prism, I guess, would be where her right hand would be. And her left hand rests on what appears to be a long set of black and white keys, like on a harpsichord. And she sticks the tuning fork on the smaller prism on her right hand. And you guys hear it like as it like snaps into place. And then she basically turns her torso so that she's pointing this kind of instrument that she's holding up to where the gem is. And she takes her fingers and makes kind of like spreads them out and hits several of the chords or several of the keys, creating this sound that sounds simultaneously really bright, but also weirdly metallic and garbled. And a invisible but clear, like evident, a blast of energy emanates from the tuning fork and hits the gem, which explodes. Just like, well, there you go. And she kind of settles the thing back and like messes with her strap a little bit.
Does Orem appear?
Something appears.
Oh.
You guys see something up in the sky that is falling towards you.
Oh no.
Oh.
Catch it.
Catch it? Yeah.
Sakar runs over to catch it before he realizes that it's actually a longsword spinning in free fall.
Don't catch it!
This is not
Shoot
the
it.
first sword I've ever caught.
Yeah, it's coming in pretty fast.
Terminal velocity.
Yep.
But hold out a branch and just let it impale the branch and catch it like that.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Sakar holds out a branch, and yep, the thing just slices right into it. It hurts a lot. You take some damage. The sword appears to be in fact, a longsword that has these weird jagged edges. There's also kind of the crossguard is like weirdly meaty before it expands into the actual handle and pommel. And in the crossguard, it like a slit appears and then it opens into an eye. And it looks at Sakar.
Thing?
What?
Where's Aurum?
What's this thing?
A disgusting weapon parasite that Aurum carried around for some reason.
Yes.
What did you do to Master Aurum?
It looks at Dalin, and then Dalin hears in his head, I didn't do anything to him.
Where is he?
Who said that?
It also
the
telepathically talks to people. It's awful.
Okay. What did you
Are
do
you
to
on-
Master Aurum?
Are you Aurum's friends?
I'm going to
Do we
pull
all
it
hear
from
that?
my flesh.
Okay. It's pretty jaggedy. It hurts.
It does hurt. You know me. You know Aurum. Am I his friend?
You're a monster. I don't know you.
Where is Aurum?
Well, we were in the place, right? It's like a nothing place.
Uh-huh.
You know that place.
Yeah.
And now I'm not.
Are you connected to him still?
I don't know. I guess I could be.
All right. Well, if you can be.
I'm connected to you.
Yeah. Well, connect to him and have him tell you where he is.
You guys hear a loud thump, and when you look over, you see what appears to be a backpack that hit the ground pretty fast and hard, and a lot of its contents have spilled out.
Does it look like Aurum's backpack?
You guys also see a bunch of like quills that are like floating downwards towards you. Some papers
boy.
as well.
This is not
I'll start gathering
as
stuff up.
nearly as elegant as the last time. Do you know where Aurum is likely to be? She like looks at the is it the Queen's irreproachable voice?
Queen's irreproachable voice.
Okay.
Well, you said he was in the jewel, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll show up eventually.
Oh boy.
This is new
What do you
territory.
mean eventually?
Kid. What?
So
It's not my jewel. I didn't make it.
you
Don't
reincarnated? How does this work?
It's not. Yeah. I guess I did.
I'm going to keep watching the sky for falling Eladrin.
Aurums. Yeah.
Bunch of flowers come down.
Oh, no. Boo.
Is anything else falling?
Yeah. There's like a rock, and when it hits the ground, you can see that it was probably Aurum's whetstone.
Did it break?
And then eventually, yeah, you see a humanoid thing just like fall towards you guys.
Oh.
Going to catch it.
Yep, you
Because
catch Aurum.
Hitting a tree at high speed is better than hitting the ground at high speed.
I mean, you can
Cradle.
cushion him in, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, he comes down pretty hard anyway. And she's like, "See,
Fair enough.
Armload of Aurum.
Does he seem okay?
well, he's unconscious.
Yeah, okay, but nothing twisted or broken?
No, nothing appears to be broken. Then again, Eladrin, they don't really show too many outward signs of injury.
Does he appear to have like, I don't know, most of his gear?
Well, most of his gear is around somewhere.
All right, fun.
But
I'm gonna try to heal him.
he's wearing his robes and his magic helmet.
Sure.
I'm going to try to heal him.
Okay. He does not appear to be injured.
I'm going to try to awaken him.
He remains unconscious.
Do you know why he's still unconscious?
Well, the pocket realm that he was in just blew up, for one, and then he fell a bunch of feet onto a tree. He's probably got a concussion.
Yeah, I think
All right.
Let's
He'll
get him
need some
back to
rest.
the ship.
Yeah,
Yes.
we need to talk a lot. And we also need to get out of here before Asmodeus' troops rally. We have one more of those temporal, whatever you called it, to deactivate, and we're going to need all the help. And we've also done probably terrible things for the universe, so we should probably talk about those too.
Just
Warden
one
Duthane,
universe.
have you gathered his things?
I think I got most of it.
Sorry, what did she say?
She said only one universe.
Well,
Remains to be seen.
have you guys been keeping an eye on the corpse at all?
I mean, yeah, there's somebody who's in charge of checking the corpse.
Who's in charge of checking the corpse?
I am not in charge of checking who's in charge of checking the corpse.
All right. Well, you might want to tell whoever's in charge of tell your bureaucracy that someone should look into the corpse because things are probably about to get weird there.
Hey, do I tell you how to bird?
Sometimes.
What's the corpse?
Oh,
Whose
so
corpse?
complicated.
It's a very long story
right.
that we'll have to explain.
Yeah, maybe we could get her to.
Can we get Orem to safety?
Yes, let's do all of these things. And also,
Okay.
I feel awful. So.
Yep. Sakar is going to return to about as human a form as he gets and pick up Orem and start heading for the ship.
Okay. The sword goes, oh, this guy.
Yeah.
Why does the sword talk?
I ask myself that every time I interact with it.
Some things talk. The question is, does anyone want to listen?
Yeah, and that's why
What?
the fact that it can telepathically talk to you is so awful. You can't tune it out.
Want to save my teacher and then the world. Can we just do those simple things?
Those are not even remotely simple. Let's get to the boat, and we can hopefully start making them more simple.
Sakar looks at the queen person and asks, will you accompany us?
No. Now that the pillar's down, I can finally get out of here. I got a lot of work to do. Just
There's
miles
still
of
a
paperwork.
pillar left.
There's still another one?
Yes.
There's
Yeah,
one more.
but I had a problem with this pillar.
So where are
Alright.
you
Fair.
going?
She kind of wiggles her fingers in front of the sparkle. Away.
Okay.
Mostly from this conversation.
So you don't care about the whole God being aware of the vertices and looking forward to trying to conquer all the multiverse?
Well, what's the best way to put this? It's like I care. It's like if you get cut, right, and it gets infected, you'd care, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'd probably put some ointment on it, maybe cover it up. You wouldn't go in there and fight every single pathogen that tries to enter your cut, right?
Sure. So what kind of ointment are we talking here?
She reaches over and pats little Sparkle on the shoulder, not too condescendingly, more like a have at it, champ. And she's like, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. And she kind of turns around and starts walking away from you guys.
I liked her more before.
What?
She's a lot more condescending now, that's for sure. All right, let's get back to the boat. We'll explain everything, Dolan.
Surely let someone know to check out the corpse and the thing that shatters the sky there.
Yeah. I'll get to it.
Okay.
Lots of paperwork to fill out.
Why are there things shattering skies?
It's
Long
a very
story,
long story.
but bottom line, Void God. You're familiar with the Void Gods, right?
Yes.
All right, there's a Void God.
Here. Warden Duthane,
Yes?
in the bag, the pods of casting.
The pods of casting are dumb. Let's just tell him. It takes so much time to get to the good stuff.
Let's go to the ship.
Takes so long before that awesome bird character gets.
Long ago.
It's I was just like, it's true. I got a couple of those, and I just skipped the combat episodes.
Mhm.
Ah.
And like be like, you have to like consult Excel
How
spreadsheet
Yeah,
to
dare
find out
you
where
if only there was some
all.
sort of place where you could go to learn this stuff, but it's probably fan
just
operated, and they're
wikity-split.
doing the best they can.
Yeah, and it probably hasn't been updated in months.
Yeah.
Good thing there's a Discord where people are giving updates of every single pod of casting. And a link to the show notes.
Alusha starts heading down the path.
I got an Eldrin in one hand and a stupid sword in the other, and I'm heading for the ship.
All right, let's go. Don't kill any friends.
Is he sorry, when you say heading down the path, like following us?
Heading down the path towards the ship.
Yeah, he's heading down in the same direction. There's only one path down from the hill.
Sure. She just shakes her head. Never a dull moment.
I am so confused.
Well, the gods of the void are these evil creatures from beyond our plane of existence. And
Right.
they crashed the moon. And apparently, your patron and his associates were able to keep them from destroying everything that ever was.
I've heard of Master Orm's initial adventure.
So
Exactly.
apparently one of them established himself in another realm. And I don't mean like the Feywild or the Astral Sea. I mean like entirely separate from all of this. And he is hoping to gain power from the struggle here because he prophesized it.
Yes.
And the queen's rebellious daughter was an associate of ours for some time. Well
Who's the
before
Queen's
I
rebellious
joined.
daughter?
She is the, for better word, ancestor of the queen's irreproachable voice. I guess her
Okay.
species is able to come back different, but somewhat, at least with the same memories.
I would probably
Their
call it
pre-incarnation.
regeneration, but
That might run into.
I mean, there was not enough left to regenerate from the last thing you saw it, so that's probably not accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard traditions of reincarnation. It seems like a very literal version of that, in that it's a different body but same spirit, I guess. I don't know.
death is more complicated than anyone gives it credit for.
Certainly true. So we hadn't seen her in some time since she died, trying to prevent people from the last group of people that tried to conquer all the many worlds. And now I guess she's back, possibly because Asmodeus is trying the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also her organization has threatened before to kill to keep this information from getting out. So maybe keep it under your hat.
Yes, and
That's
has also
true.
threatened mass destruction as a way to solve problems.
Mm-hmm. And the nature of reality is much more complicated than we had ever thought, and there are apparently multiple vertices of existence, each of which is hard to get back from, but your patron and several of us have actually been to and from others, and they're all terrible.
I mean, like the one place where the crystal stuff happened didn't seem too bad, except for unless you're an Eldrin. Dallin, I would not recommend going to any of them. It seems to have real bad effects on Eldrins if you don't have a proper connection to the Feywild. Things get weird.
Creatures of magic, bad things can happen. They're all terrible. Trust me on this.
The one had really nice fluffy robes.
What?
Nonetheless,
What?
we have managed to retrieve another member of the group.
And down another pillar.
Mm-hmm. Which means we have one final thing that we must take care of before we are able to assess even where we stand. So,
Yeah.
To the regent? To the pillar?
Yes.
To snap
Was
stab.
Snap stab.
Oh, goblins.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. They're not what you think.
The Gloobulet is something else, but I don't know if he'll even be there, so.
You guys look, says Alusha, like you're in really bad shape. So maybe you should rest up before you head over to your ship.
Oh, yeah. If there's a...
It's not like we cleared out all the Asmodean forces from the island. So if they're still holding on to something, they're still going to be holding on to the thing that's going to get them not killed when their boss finds out.
Fair
Where
enough.
can we rest?
Well, we can go back to the hideout.
All right. That seems very reasonable.
In the meantime, I'll try to get some eyes on that place, make sure nothing comes in or out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, you guys did most of the hard work. It's the least I can do.
That guy was really rough.
Do we...
What?
We just need medics.
Yeah, well, let's go back to the hideout and get, hopefully, Brandis can take a look at Orem and we can give him some rest and hopefully he'll wake up soon.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't believe he's injured. He seems uninjured, just unconscious.
Well, it could just be the shock of...
Queen Lady said he had a concussion.
Yeah.
But what does that mean for an Eldrin?
part of his brain's turned into perfume. I have no idea.
No.
Alusha will break off with you guys and head that way, head towards your ship.
Cool.
And asks Fangs to get you the rest of the way back. But she's having enough of a time, like, kind of herding Melifon back, who seems like completely in shock about everything that has just happened. and very confused that he jumped in at this point in the Void Saga.
It's like there's a lot of lore that I do not understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Alusha has the advantage of having been there for story time.
Mm-hmm.
Just be glad we're not dealing with another incursion from another vertices currently.
Yet.
Yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Each vertex is different, but as I said, each vertex is terrible. Only ours is tolerable, and only that in small amounts.
It's a very negative view of things. Seems like most of the vertices were pretty reasonable to the people that lived there. And if they were terrible, it was because we were not in the right place.
Fair enough.
Well, I took that personally, and will continue to do so.
Okay. You what? I was the one that had like a whole place that was like afraid of birds. All right. Let us get some rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have any more specific questions, we can do our best, Dallin. The bottom line is it's extremely weird. And we haven't told you about it because A, it wasn't relevant, and B, we didn't want you to possibly get killed by apparently immortal bureaucracy from beyond our world.
The three important things to remember right now are as follows, and in order of importance. Do not panic about Master Rivendorn. He will be taken care of. Make sure that you rest and feel better. And for the love of all that is and ever was, do not ever listen to that sword. Anything it tells you, do not listen.
Yeah, and like, don't tell it you're Orm's friend, because it tends to tell Orm to kill his friends. It's a thing. I still think that we should get rid of that sword.
But I'm Master Orm's student.
True.
Yeah, well, I don't know what its stance is on students.
Students can't be your friends. It's a rule.
Okay.
That was a joke, Dallin.
Let's go find the medics.
All right, you guys are able to make it back to the hideout. And there are, there's only a fraction of the wizards that were there, basically just the ones that were explicitly left behind to cover you if everything went wrong. And so when you get in, they just kind of like mob Melifon and be like, "What happened? What happened? What? We saw the fire and everything came down, and what was happening?" And he just kind of like wanders past them, like just like completely, like just looking off into the distance, and like finds a place to sit and like sits down. And you're like, "What happened?"
Well, the pillar's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is Theen.
What?
The voice wasn't Theen.
And Theen is no more.
They kind of like slump down, like, well, I guess we'll have to protect this island on our own.
Yeah.
You've done well so far. In a very real sense, Thien has been gone since long before we ever arrived.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a victory, but not really a victory.
You get used to it.
They also kind of slump down.
Was there a designated place where we had rested before, or is it just kind of a cash can?
You guys have like cots and stuff. They were like, so what was all the fire?
That's what shut off the pillar.
Oh. Well, do we have to deal with that now?
I don't think so. Our 7 Owls Wise is staying here to keep that under control.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, he's pretty good at this, right?
Yeah.
Like we can go up and talk to him about this stuff.
I don't think that's wise. He really shouldn't be distracted.
Oh.
It's going to use his whole focus to keep the pillar down.
He like looks over at Fangs and is like, but Fangs, you guys are sticking around, right? And Fangs like holds out her hand and then puts her thumb and index finger and a little bit of her middle finger together and kind of rubs them. And the guy who asked turns to the other and is like, check the coffers. But you guys are able to find your cots and at least like sit down and not be harassed by young wizards.
Me and my failed death saving throw, we're gonna pass out.
Okay.
I'm gonna find one of the youngins that's more medically inclined.
I'll keep an eye on Orm.
Alice says we'll make sure that he's stashed somewhere.
Well, there's plenty of cots. Everybody else is off securing the castle. So Randus is keeping track of Orm. He gives him a once over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just got it. Yep.
He opens his eyes.
Whoa!
Hey, Orm.
I squint at him. Randus?
Yeah. Hey, welcome back.
Why do you look like? Crud?
Things have changed, Master Rivendor.
You look so old.
She'll like wake up and be like, "Wait, you're awake."
Yes,
Master Orm.
Oh, how long has passed for you?
I don't know, like a week.
Oh, that's cute. You got the easiest way.
I mean, it's only been a week that we've been away from each other. I don't understand why Randus looks so old. And
well, it's been a year.
What happened to your arm?
I've had to make some adjustments.
Taps at his chest. What's that? All this in a week?
No,
it's been for Randus much longer.
Yeah.
For the rest of us, a year.
I don't understand.
You've been in stasis.
Do you remember Asmodeus trapping you in the crystal?
Yes, but again, I did some meditations, some studyings of my spells. A week passed. Here I am.
It's been much longer.
Yeah, it's been longer.
Considerably longer.
Say I was trapped in a crystal?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I have to think a little bit about that. Who are you?
I am Dalin.
You're an Eladrin, huh?
Yes.
Have you been to the Feywild?
Yes.
Well, good. I'm sure you will all have to explain how he came into the party.
We will try.
Yeah. He's one of your students. You just don't remember him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember all my students. I don't remember him.
There was
Don't worry about it, Lady Sparkle. Master Orm is okay.
She'll like put a hand on his shoulder.
I need to rest now.
She'll nod.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, and Randus, I think you should rest as well. I look around. Hey, where's my sword?
Oh, that weird monster guy has it.
What weird monster guy?
The one with the sideburns.
Oh, that's just a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird monster guy.
Give me my sword back.
You're more than welcome to it.
Thank you. How you holding up?
I'm great. Oh, I'm great. You have a lot of friends.
I'm not really sure. They They say, I think they're lying to us. They say we've been away for like a year, but it's only been a week, so I don't think they're really my friends.
Oh, well, you should figure it out. And then when you figure it out, I have a suggestion for you.
Which is what?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. So, trapped in a crystal for a year, huh?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm sure you've been spending that entire time trying to get me out. So thank you for all the work and effort and energy that you put into getting me out of the crystal.
Yeah.
Certainly appreciate it, but I need to figure out why there was some time dilation going on. So I'm going to have to meditate on this and figure out why all my stuff, my clothing and my armor has degraded and been, in this case, made a new piece here and there. But I'm gonna have to think on this just a little bit.
All right.
So it looks like you guys are tired, especially you, Randus. I'm most concerned about you. Have you been eating? Don't tell me you haven't eaten for a year.
I got some nutrient vats. It's fine.
Nutrient fats.
Yeah,
This
it's fine.
You and I are going to have a lot of discussion to do. But for now, why don't you go rest? And Sakar, you've got the hair thing going and the things. Thanks. You also should go and rest.
I'm fine for now.
And little Sparkle, you look good. Hopefully the time questing to get me unlocked from the crystal was not too hard on you.
Well, I mean, we only had the crystal for maybe a month.
Because you had to battle through the armies to get to the crystal, I see. Very good. All right, well, you also should get some rest.
Good to have you back, Orem.
Thank you. And you, what? Dallin, is that right?
Yes.
You and I will have to get to know one another. Maybe we can discuss what kind of learning that you have had, and we can test what kind of skills you have, and see, maybe once this adventure is all done, maybe you could come and be part of my actual class.
I would like that very much.
All right, well, let's just see how that goes, but you look kind of worn out as well. Maybe you should get some meditation in.
That's my plan.
All right.
All right. Everybody goes to sleep and or meditate.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And that, I
You guys
think,
want to wrap for now?
I think that
Yeah,
is
that
where
sounds
we will
good.
end this week with the return of Orm Rivendorn. Oh, so good to have Orm back.
Man, this was sad, but I did there was a fan theory that I saw a while back that I thought was going to be even sadder, which was that Dallin was going to leave before Orem.
Oh yeah.
And that it'd be like, oh yeah, you missed Dallin. It's like, who?
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey,
Nah, Rodrigo won't let me actually play my character right away.
Yeah. Oh, you're always last.
That's always last.
It's always the new guy.
The perpetual sixth ranger.
Yep. Hey, listen,
It's the law of the universe.
we sometimes get requests from people saying, "Hey, can you guys do more games? We enjoy you guys doing more RPG games." Well, guess what?
What?
So Brian and I and Dr. Bradley Will and his son Ian and our new friend Robin all sat around about a year ago.
Yeah.
And we sat down and we played Shadow of the Demon Lord. And who's that from? Who's the creator of that? Do you remember, Brian?
Rob Schwab.
Rob Schwab, that's right. And so it was a very interesting campaign. And it's about, I want to say maybe 10 or 11 episodes long. And if you want to hear that, it can be found exclusively over at patreon.com/major spoilers for any member, for any patron who is at the silver level and higher gets access to that exclusive Patreon-only RPG podcast. And what'd you think, Brian? It was a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
It's a very different system.
Yeah.
And it is full of scary monsters and full of scary settings. But if you enjoy the games that we have been playing, I would really encourage you to go check out that other RPG show that we have done, Critical Hit, Shadow of the Demon Lord. It's available right now at patreon.com/major spoilers. And I'm not saying, I don't want to give too much away, but if you're a gold member and higher, March is going to be really interesting. That's all I'm going to say. You can find out more, patreon.com/major spoilers. Thank you so much for downloading and checking out the episode this week. We will see you again real soon. So from Randus and Sakar and Little Sparkle and Orem and the recently departed but never forgotten 7 Owls Wise, who was also in this episode, and Dalin, and of course, our GM, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.